objective will be select the speech topic and determine its general and specific purpose. Organize the speech in a manner that best achieves those purposes. Ensure the beginning, body, and the conclusion reinforce the purpose. Project the sincerity and the conviction and control any nervousness may feel. Strive not to use the nose. It will take 5 to 7 minutes.
Thank you, Alan. Your name means fair and handsome, by the way. So I'd like to bring up the person whose name means soft and gentle, Toastmaster Megan Mayo. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests, or people who are back from this quarter. Back in 2009, I was slogging myself to a job I absolutely hated. As I was walking in the door, I thought to myself, one day, I'm going to blow this popsicle stand and never look back. I got called into my boss's office, and it turns out he felt the same way, but a more immediate timeline. At first I felt really relieved because I never had to see his face again or go into that stupid building, but reality quickly set in. Stephen and I had just bought our first house together. I had student loans and a car note. Frankly, we were screwed. Fortunately, I had family that was able to help us out, and we were back on our feet quickly. But we never forgot that feeling of financial vulnerability, and we never wanted to feel that again. And at that point, my husband and I decided that we were going to get out of debt. So tonight we're going to talk to you about the big obstacles and the big steps that Stephen and I took to get ourselves out of debt, and hopefully inspire some of you that are struggling with debt or want to get rid of some of your debt just for a lighter financial burden to take those steps and see that it can be done. The first big burden that Stephen and I had, our obstacle we came to, was that we had to make a budget. We had never made a budget together in our lives. And it sounds really simple, like it sounds like just write some stuff on a sheet of paper, dole your money out, that's the end of it. Maybe if you're working on a budget by yourself, but if you're working with a partner, it turns out that they want to have input on the budget too, and it doesn't always match what you want. It's not consonants. Turns out that Stephen wanted to put more money into the food part of our budget because he really likes to eat out. And I wanted to put more money into our home repair budget because our fence was being held together with spit and twine. But fortunately, we're both adults. We sat down and talked it out. And it was really nice to get on the same financial page together and know that as a family, we were headed towards the same goals. The first month we did our budget, we had a lot of what I like to call, oh yeah moments. Like, oh yeah, we should probably put some money aside for doctor co-payments. Or, oh yeah, we probably don't want to spend our food money in toiletries. But at the end of 3 months, we finally got a budget that was working for us. And I'll never forget the moment where I realized that we were doing something good. Stephen came to me and he told me he needed new tires for his car, and it was like $400. And it was, I was stuck in that old mind frame. I was like, $400, I don't want to spend $400 on stupid tires. And I went to our bank account and the money was there. It was absolutely amazing. And it was all the encouragement we needed to keep going. The second big obstacle we came to was that we had to cut our lifestyle. We were eating out basically every single night. We go to Shreveport, drop a couple $100, wouldn't think anything of it. We would go out with friends. The word no quickly became part of a vocabulary where it wasn't before. At first we were really scared because we had never set those boundaries with our friends before. We were afraid we'd hurt their feelings or they'd look down on us. But it turns out that our friends just like us for us. They didn't care that we couldn't go to Schlitterbahn with them or we couldn't go to the beer fest with them. They were cool just hanging out at their house. It was a great relief for us. The other thing we did is we took things that we like to do and tried to find ways to do them cheaper. Like we really like going to the movies. And we'd usually go Friday night at 8 o'clock when the tickets are $12 a piece. So We looked at the prices at the movie theater, and it turns out they have an early bird special. If you go the first show of the day, it's super cheap. And you can sneak popcorn in your giant purse. Saves a lot of money. We also looked for deals in restaurants because we really like to eat out. Vickery Park on Tuesdays, half-price entrees. And that's what we did. Soon it didn't even feel like we were cutting our lifestyle at all. It felt more like we were planning and just thinking ahead, and we still got to do the things we like to do. The third big obstacle that we did, and this was the hardest one, is that we decided to sacrifice our weekends and our nights. It was super hard. First we noticed our budgeting, and through our cutting our lifestyle, we were paying off debt, but we wanted to do it faster. We wanted just to be done with it. So I went for 2 years and I worked at Starbucks, waking up at 4:30 in the morning on Saturday and Sunday, slinging coffee. But it helped us pay off $25,000 worth of debt. It was worth every Saturday morning. Stephen also pitched in. He went to his boss and he said, hey, I'm trying to pay off debt with something his boss supported. Turns out they were going to hire a contractor to do some extra work anyway, so he gave Stephen some overtime. We both did as many freelance projects as we could get our hand on and threw everything towards our debt. Now, I'm standing before you as of June 5th, 2012. The only debt we have is a mortgage on our house. In 2.5 years, we paid off $41,000. It was absolutely amazing. I got my paycheck this month, and it was all mine. It was the best feeling in the world. And best of all, we're financially sound. If I lose my job or Stephen can't work, we can deal with that storm now, and it's absolutely liberating. So if there's anyone in here struggling with debt, I just want you to know that there's hope and there's light at the end of the tunnel. And one day, you too can scream, I'm debt free. Thank you very much.